for the 4th of July. May the force be with you. Having breakfast. Got all kind of birds talking this morning. Is anybody out there? Oh, squirrels are upset, man. One don't want to share the nuts, man. Share the nuts, dude. Don't be a hog. Be a squirrel. See him. Let's see if I can. There he is. Yeah. He's upset, little black squirrel. He's a tough sucker too, man. He don't buy a shit. He's not even a year old yet. But I got one little tiny ground squirrel that's half their size. He'll beat all their asses. He'll take 2 and 3 on at a time. Excuse me. And he got some robins that aren't. There's my little gray one. I think that's his friend. I think the black one and that one there are mates. But they're mean to each other. See that black one? See how mean he is? He's like, get away from them nuts. Them's my nuts. Got nut wars. Be good, brother. Share them nuts, man. Well, let's see. We got anybody in the chat? We ain't got nobody in the chat. The chat don't come out. The chat don't even come out. It don't let me chat. So this is just something I'm trying with Streamlabs. Their frames per second seems to be going good, and we'll just give it a shot, because if it works, I'm going to use this for doing Kirk in the Woods. My back's out right now. I was going to drive to get a load of aluminum, and I turned my head and my body to look at the road that I missed the name of it, and bam, my back went out. That a bitch, man. Just turning. Old age ain't for wimps, man. So anyway, the one's real brave. He comes up here. Oh, you're gonna bury some stuff all in the yard, so you're gonna be hanging out. You're gonna be friends, right? We hear noise of the neighbor kids getting up. It's 10 o'clock, so it's time for the children to play. Okay, well, if you're out there, I got 948 subs or something like that. I'm trying to reach 1,000 so I could do live streaming straight from YouTube, and whatever else your amenities you're offered when you get 1,000 subs. And let's get 100,000 subs, and let's get some red brick people together and talk about the real things that we're supposed to be talking about, not this fake stuff that we've all fell under the demise of through our televisions. So we need to wake up from our televisions. We need to wake up first so we can wake up our children and make a difference in this world. It's time to stop this ruling class nonsensical regime that's been in charge, calling themselves the land of the free, because it's a lie, you see. Everything that you've been handed in America is a lie. It's all an illusion. There was 8 presidents before George Washington. Did you know that? Do you know the first president of the United States ruled here for 62 years? 62 years. And guess what? That was way before our George Washington. And guess what? All the capitals were already here. Not some of them, folks. Every capital in America was already here. The cities were built already. All they did is destroy them. Your World's Fair was about destroying the past. And you're tricked. And you believe the nonsensical stuff. You believe you went to the moon. What's wrong, man? What's gone wrong? I don't have a clue, but the only clue that I really have is television. Television and believing, and everybody believing in a government that's nothing but corrupt and lie, and thinking there's multiple governments when it's only one. The beast, the double-headed evil monster that lurks every time you turn your television on. And they have your forecasters, okay? They tell you there's new clouds, huh? And they're not new clouds. They're caused by chemicals being dumped upon you and I from the ruling class, the rulers of the air. So as soon as you start waking up to that, you'll start seeing the monsters before you. And it's the monsters before you who are the zombie apocalypse people, are those people that are subservient to this beast system. The people who want to go say that laws are okay, to implement laws that say that certain events are so, and if you say otherwise, it's a crime. If 23 countries say that, you know that it's all a big lie. And why do all those governments agree, let's not go to Antarctica? Why? Because that's your Mars, folks. That's their playground. You're trapped on a crater on a greater Earth. You can't go nowhere. You are all prisoners, including me, in a system. You might be at one class of a prisoner, but guarantee me, you are all prisoners. What's your inmate number? Give me that social security number and shut up. Wake up, America. We need to all unite and collectively be one, a group. We are electric. We are electric. We live on an electric magnetic grid. They rape us. The energy vampires rape us out of energy. Rape us out of our lives. They keep you subservient your whole life, paying a mortgage, always working, non-stop. That's not how God wanted it. He wanted you to be fruitful and multiply. He didn't want a ruling brother to rule over you and make you subservient to their laws and rules. There's a plant I'm smoking right now. For years, they've misguided people with chemicals and drugs and made them sick, where marijuana was the cure. Marijuana and water is the most beneficial plant on this earth, and man has denigrated it and created laws against it, and now they want to benefit on it. The same government everywhere in the world, they want to make it legal to smoke it, to use it, to sell it. But the Freemason Masonic order losers, they want to have the license and the regulations and the laws and rules again. Do you see the ignorance that you follow, that we follow? And if you're a Christian, it says in the Word of God, don't let the rudiments and traditions of men spoil you. And what has happened here? Exactly that. In the melting pot. Where are you from? Iraq? Heck, a chunk of Williams Lake Road they turned into it and renamed it, called it Operational Iraqi Freedom. What a damn lie. Huh? Just wrecking another country just like Ukraine. And what are they wrecking? Technology of the past. Didn't you hear me say that all the capitals in America were already here? Well, if you look in Ukraine, and what they've destroyed is buildings that look like they belonged here. Rome, and there's energy buildings. Look, Here, we live in this great state of Michigan. It's one red brick building. No ice age carved out a mitten and put water all around it. Royals lived in this land. King Solomon reigned in this land. Okay? This was a hub of energy for the grid. It was all one. It was one chunk of land once, folks. Look at it. It's been exploded. It imploded, actually, because God melted this world, if you believe in the Word of God. Psalm 46:6 says, "The heathen roared and raged, and in his voice he uttered and melted this world. And as a result of melting this world, it cracked your dome that's above you. You live in a king dome, and they call that the Milky Way. It's not the Milky Way. It's a tear in your veil, and water gushed through here, like the womb that you came out of when the water burst when you were inside your mother's womb, which is a matrix. They even trick you with what a matrix is. They want to tell you that a matrix is something to do with the internet and this and that. You know how many people perish trying to swim to the same spot you were trying to get to? Why? Why can't you remember that? Anyway, we could talk for a week, month, and a year. I know one thing, that there's not one historian in America that can hold a candle to what I say. Not one. The best they can offer was a 11-year-old historian by the name related to Obama too. Oh, really? We're related? See, folks, we've been talking about that 15 years ago, and they called us conspiracy theorists. But when the evidence is too conclusive, they bring out little fake SS girls with their little SS, Samantha Smith, to tell you that all the presidents are related. How? Smartphones have dumbed down the ruling class to a point where it's so easy to see, but they don't want to see. Nobody wants to see. What do they want? They just want to have be a passive, and if their life, it's like a bunch of people compartmentalized that work for the government. 54% of the world is dependent on government. 54%. That's alarming. So let them have that control. Who owns everything in this state? Bill Gates, all the farmland. We're in America. Bill Gates. What does Bill Gates do? He wants to breed mosquitoes that harm you. He wants to inject people with stuff that harm you. He maimed all kinds of people in India and here. And the dumbass can't even keep a virus off a computer. And people believe him? What's gone wrong? What does that tell you about your law agencies? It's all corrupt. They're a bunch of pansy, pacified, good-for-nothing succubuses and brainwashed that they really think they're doing a service. And there's no service that they're doing except denigrating the humanity more. Look how many cops kill people in the United States. Why don't we eradicate all cops? Ain't no good cop. There ain't no such thing as a good cop. A good cop is one that lost his job or someone took his gun away. That's it. Look at teachers. What do they teach? Nothing but lies. They tell you about George Washington and this and that, and Thomas Edison invented this and that. And none of that was the case. It's all lies. So we ask somebody in the ruling class to accommodate us with some people who would like to debate what the timeline is and what the real deal in history is, not the illusion that you gave everybody. So, any historians out there other than little Samantha Smith? We need some adults to talk about this. Is anybody out there? Someone says, well, you can't make a difference. Well, you can't make a difference if you just sit there pacified. See? If you just pacified doing whatever, then you can't make a difference. You know? Half the people, they'll call themselves a certain sect or denomination, and they don't adhere to nothing of it. They just walk the steps. They go to church on once a week, and they don't have no godliness about them. They don't love their neighbor like they love themselves. It's real just a selfish world. Everywhere I go, it seems like the same thing, and then division. And then you got the government propagandists want to bring out the abortion thing, and let's have some more talk about nothing, about aborting some babies. Well, let me tell you something. We need to abort those people who abort babies, all of them. Anybody who wants to abort babies or talk about aborting babies needs to be eradicated from this planet, period. There it is, folks. All this rights. Put your mask on and shut up. All you dumbasses, you mask-wearing, injected dumbasses, you're the problem in this world. You're the ones that caused this problem, adhering to the crap over and over and over. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I hope everybody starts waking up and try to be human for once. What y'all need to do is grow you some marijuana and roll you a joint. Maybe unleash you from the television that's been ruling your world. Put your kids in front of TV and get them tricked into Blippi and other dumb stuff, right? Paw Patrol and more astronaut lies. So early on, they want to start deceiving the mind. E-I-E-I-O. Well, I ain't working for Maggie's farm no more. And that's what I hope y'all say. So come on, sub this channel. Let's get together. We're getting up there now. We got about, let's say, at least a good 30 to 50,000 red brick believers. This has been a melted world. I am a melted building believer with a red brick soul, trying to tell everybody, wake up. So wake up. Waiting for the 4th of July. Just killing time, trying to reach them subs. Did I lose my lighter? Oh man, I lost my lighter somewhere. Oh, there it is. Everything that I've said is my opinion, of course. If you feel otherwise, please feel free to speak your mind, because you're supposed to be able to speak your mind in the land of the free. Correct? Correct. So, there's the chat box. I see we got 4 viewers. We need 40,000 viewers. So, we've been talking. Think about some positive things. So, what can we do to change? We have to start working as a collective. And look, see my lawn? See the amount of time? Well, I don't spend a lot of time manicuring my lawn. I don't spray it with nothing. Mostly it's clover with grass mixed up. But it's green. I don't water it. I just cut it. I'll cut it every other week, sometimes every week if we get a lot of rain. But what if we all spent that money, instead of manicuring our lawn, growing some food and sharing it with somebody who don't have food or don't know how to grow food or something like that? Would there be anybody hungry? No, there wouldn't. But see, we're all tricked in this colonial crap to get all this square box and grow your chunk of grass and have someone right next to you and blah, 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 blah. And there's land everywhere. See? So we're tricked in how we're living again. We should all be living in a big-ass red brick building. with a big chunk of land and water. Why? Because there's everything you need. There's your electricity, everything. We live on an electromagnetic grid. Okay? Toroidal field. So a lot of people who work with electricity don't really even know that. A lot of people who work with electricity, they don't know nothing about magnets, toroidal fields, nothing. And it just amazes me. Well, because they're just basically compartmentalized in that game too, where they collect energy. Those who work with electricity don't know, a lot of them, how really simple it is to get electricity, and that's one of the big tricks in regard to what they've done to humanity. They want to meter you for the rest of your life and your kids' kids for the electricity. See, the ark. The ark, get it? You know, you heard a story about Joan of Arc. Well, what did she have? What did she have? She had a sword, right? Well, they give you a narrative. Well, let me give you a narrative. That narrative is more uh, uh, truthful than what they've given you. And what Joan of Arc had was a fasces. Okay, so if you don't know what a fasces is, then you're on the wrong channel. But maybe you're on the right channel. Maybe you want to know what a fasces is. Well, it's a weapon. The chair that Abraham Lincoln sits on either side of the chair, on the arm rest, is a fasces. And the narrative they give you is a bundle of stick that unifies strength. And I say, well, you wouldn't use copper and so forth and mercury to create that. No, it creates a plasma arc. Okay, so that's what a fasces is. And she was in cahoots. Joan of Arc was in. Can't be linked to what they did, and they massacred people. To obtain all the castles, all the capitals. Okay, like just in your own Michigan, for example, I'll just mention 2 prisons that were here when this America was founded, and one was Marquette, and that was a castle. Ka meaning soul or energy, where the soul resides, where the energy resides, the ka cell. So they turned those ka cells into prisons, and they put people inside of them, souls, see? And that's what they did then. All underneath much of the Great Lakes are holes, red brick patterns, walls, infrastructures, all underground. Why do you think you got to call them as dig? Because you might dig into the melted world that we live upon. They tell you gobbledygook. They tell you narrative lies over and over and over, and we believe it. It's time to stop believing them. And now it's time for 420. Yes. See there? That's what I call Spartan Red right there. See it? I grew it. Some people knew about what it was called. Pretty tasty. Huh. We'll take a walk. Let's see what that dog barking at over there. Oh. Well, we got that tree right there. I planted that tree in this yard right here, and it is 20 years old. Beautiful blue. I pulled it out of a swamp up north. The Japanese maple right there. She's a big monster. See that struck scars there on the bottom of her tree, of her trunk? She was struck by lightning probably 5 or 6 times. So this sucks. I can't see nothing in the chat. I'm on my phone. So anyway, maybe knowledge is out there. What's up there, Mike? You out there, brother? I'm just sounding off today. I don't know. Need to go to Kirk in the woods. And it was here, just like the Capitals. Truthers showing you all the stuff in Chernobyl there, and that started the whole Ukraine shit, huh? Did it? Tooth. That's what's up, Mike? Hey, you're watching. What's up, dude? Yeah, you inspired me this morning. I watched you walking around in your garden. So I said, hey, man, I'm going to walk around my house and kill some time. I'm not doing so good today, Mike. I turned my back and I turned my head and part of my body, and then my back went out while I was in that car right there. Hey, you want to hear something weird, Mike? I'm holding my phone up and you see a yard over. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but I can hear them talking. Clear as day. And I'm like a football field away. Huh? Can you hear another voice in there, Mike? That's weird. I hear you, brother. That's why I'm smoking bud. Yeah, you know you can't rest when you're old. Your body don't let you sleep. Oh, well, okay, you can't hear him? Okay, well I'm glad you can't, because I don't want to, have somebody say, oh, he was doing something wrong or something. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Hanging out in the yard. Watch it. What up, America? What up, world? What up, YouTube? What up, Red Brick people? Okay, see what happens? Streamlabs is very intrusive, and don't use their stuff. They're no good. They'll cause you problems, headaches. They'll change your stream key. So nothing good occurred by using Streamlabs. So the chat was still open because they changed the Streamlab, the streaming key, and I had to go change that too. So this stream started 3 hours ago, and I'm going to end it now by saying, do not use Streamlabs. They are -0, terrible. I give them 10 thumbs down. No good outfit.
have a beautiful day. May you use the 4th of July to open your mind, not to spoil yourself with the rudiments and traditions of men that have spoiled you and tricked you into this events that are occurring by lighting off firecrackers, celebrating a lie. So have a beautiful day to everybody out there, and know you gotta love your neighbor like you love yourself. So that's it. Red bricks in your face. Have a great